Hi, I'm Tony,
And I'm Laura.
and we're here today to give you a little overview of who we are.
We've been doing these videos for a little while now, and so we figured it's time now to kind of introduce us to you, to let you know who we are and how did we start on this RV lifestyle, what our thoughts were, um, how we did it, how we got free, and how we're able to live this lifestyle, and kind of some things that we've learned along the way.
It's going to be an awesome adventure.
So first of all, an introduction as to who we are. Tony, you go first.
All right. I was in commercial printing for 35 years at really a corporate position. I pretty much oversaw all of the managing of commercial printing. But the last 11 years of my career was really involved in real estate investing. And that's really what kind of got us going in part of this RV world.
When we started the real estate, talk about what you did. You did some fix and flips.
Yeah,
First
we
8 years we did fix and flips.
yeah. So we basically started off in 2010, and between 2010 and about 2018, we had like done over 50 flips. And then we transitioned into buying a lot of residential rental properties, and that happened during that time frame also. And we just kept building and accumulating, did some 1031 exchanges, and up until now presently we actually have 54 units. Some of those are in Colorado and some of those are in Tulsa.
And we don't do much flipping anymore. We mostly have the buy and hold rental properties
For passive
for
income.
passive
Yeah.
income.
So Laura, what did you do?
Well, I was also in the corporate world. I was a corporate controller for many years. And then when we started the real estate business, I then started my own business in accounting and tax preparation, and it specialized with real estate investors. It was great. I loved it. We had a great time. It was a great ride. I loved my clients. I actually very much miss them.
And she had like 5 employees on top of this too. She
Yeah.
grew her business pretty
grew,
big.
It grew pretty good. It was amazing. But it was time. I was working way too many hours, and I sold the accounting practice in order to go full-time RVing. And talk about our family. We have a blended family. We have a combined 6 kids and 8 grandkids now.
Yep. So for the kids are from my first marriage, and we have an older daughter that lives in Massachusetts. My older son lives in Las Vegas. My middle son, he lives in Loveland, Colorado. And then we've got my youngest daughter that lives in Colorado also. And with those, we've got a total of 7 grandkids with those.
And then my son and daughter both live in Colorado, and we've got a granddaughter with them. It seems like big events happen with our life since we've been together, because in the year 2000 we got married.
Yep.
In the year 2010 is when we started our businesses, and now it's 2020, and now it's time for a new RV lifestyle for sure.
Yep, it's pretty exciting. What did we do to get free? We studied under Robert Kiyosaki. He was a national guru involved in real estate investing. And we became part of their organization as students back in 2010. And in 2012, well, we were inducted into their International Hall of Fame for what we did.
And what was it that we did? We took what we learned and we invested in real estate. And with little or no money down, we learned how to do it.
And so we just kept doing this, and kind of like a rinse and repeat from the standpoint of doing the fix and flips.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of have a model, and the model was for every third flip that we did, we would take the profits, the proceeds from those 3, and we would invest in a piece of real estate that was a hold property, rental property. Well, we just kept doing that. And we just kept building and building and building and building. And pretty soon, our portfolio was growing to the point where we actually started to have quite a bit of passive income.
Mm-hmm. But we also had a lot of expenses. So we had rents, we had employees, we had subscriptions, a lot of other things. And I crunched the numbers and I kind of figured out if we eliminate some of those expenses, do things a little bit differently, restructure a little bit, then the income that we were getting through our rentals, our passive income, then did exceed our monthly expenses, which mean that we were out of the rat race. It all comes down to cash flow. You have got to have more cash flow coming in than going out. Okay, let's get back to how we made this happen. First of all, we had to figure out what to do with our house. Whether we had two choices. We could sell it or we could rent it.
And, you know, listening to a lot of full-timers, we've heard a lot of people deciding just to sell everything, you know, house-wise. But being involved in real estate, we kind of know a lot about what's going on, especially with the economy and what can possibly happen when you say, oh, maybe we're not going to like this. Maybe in a couple of years, we want to go back. So our decision was to hold on to the house and rent it out.
Rent it out.
And that created a little bit of passive income.
A little bit more. Every
little bit
helps.
You bet.
And also, Tony didn't believe that I would like the RV lifestyle. So we'll see. And we don't know. We don't know whether we're going to like this lifestyle or not. We're going to do this adventure and document it along the way and see where the road takes us and see if we like this, whether we're going to do it 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, or maybe even 20 years. We don't know. We're going to just take one day at a time and figure out if we like this RV style, and we're going to take you along with us and hope you join our adventure along the way.
So we went out and we purchased the truck. We got a Ram 2500 and we bought a travel trailer on the
and
first
I wanted
day.
to make sure that we bought something that we didn't have to go in debt for. We wanted to make sure we could pay cash for the travel trailer.
Yep. So we
did.
paid cash for the travel trailer, but then upon refinancing the house, then we also had the opportunity to then also pay off the truck. So pretty much debt free.
Yes. The only debt we have now is the mortgage on the house, which our tenants are paying for. So we're good there.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
But then we have all of our belongings that we had in the house. So we had to sell all of our furniture, all of the belongings in the house. And it was a struggle for me at first, I'll admit. But as we got going and we got rid of stuff, it was actually feeling kind of freeing that we don't have all this burden of stuff. We had some garage sales to get rid of our belongings, but we had to wait until the summertime where the pandemic wasn't as bad that we could safely have our garage sale, and sold our furnitures through Facebook Marketplace. Nice. And sold all of our office furnishings and just downsized considerably. What is it that we do for work? As we said, we do our real estate business and we manage our existing rental portfolio. We look for new deals. We create those deals to happen. And for me, I do most of the accounting and the tax work and legal work for the entities. And Tony, how do we make that work?
Well, we did set up the back end of our now fifth wheel. And we set up the back end back here so that we are running a server. We're running switches. We're running 3 mobile hotspots. And we have our laptops. We actually also, in another room behind us over here, we actually have our 2 printers set up. One is a check printer for Laura to be able to print out checks. And then we have a regular printer that's also a scanner, because a lot of documents that we produce, we have to scan and sign and send out for our real estate deals. And so this has become extremely functional for us. We also have a signal booster. It's called a Solid RF, and that does help for a lot of phone calls and whatnot. But you know, in time, I'm sure that we're going to expand the setup to even become more proficient.
But for today, it works.
It works.
It works for us.
Yep.
In summary, it's the cash flow from our rentals and a little bit of Social Security that supports our lifestyle.
You know, a lot of people want to know, well, what do you do from the road? If you're living full time in an RV traveling, what are you doing for work? What are you doing for income? And we all have our different, avenues of income.
Yeah.
And ours happens to be what we planned over the last 10 years to build a real estate portfolio of passive income.
Yeah. It actually happened a lot sooner than we anticipated.
It did.
So it's great. We're living life now. The objective of our channel is to encourage others to live their freedom. And by that we mean whatever it is that you desire, whether it's living in an RV full time, whether it's a cabin in the mountains or a cottage on the lake, perhaps hotel travel around the country, or maybe a sailboat on the ocean, whatever it is that you desire. Live it. Live your freedom. Enjoy life today.
Absolutely. That's been our journey from the past to where we are today, and we really hope you enjoyed it. So be sure to subscribe to our channel, ring that notification bell,
Follow our adventures,
give us a thumbs up if you've liked it,
and we encourage you to live your freedom.